I am joined by 2021 four-star quarterback Jalen Milroe. Jalen, how you doing, man?
I'm doing blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on the show. Look, you know what it is with me, right? Like, you know that OU is the squad over here, and I don't care where you go. All right, I just need to say that out loud because there's a lot of people over here that feel like somehow I try to sway people to go to school wherever I want
uh,
them to go to school. Like, nah, man, I don't care. I want you to play. So, like, with that said, like,
mhm.
tell me about how you settled on Texas.
Okay. So the relationship that I have with the coaching staff at Texas has been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I've been committed for a year now, and I feel like the relationship that we had since I started high school is even better than that we began at. I love the offense that is ran at Texas, how the program is evolving, the family like environment that they have there. That's important to me because I'll be away from college, so just knowing that I have the relationship with the coaching staff is important to me. And then I want to major in business, and business is a great study at the University of Texas. So that's another component that spoke volumes to me.
Where you from in Texas, like originally?
I was raised in Cade, Texas.
Okay. So the reason I ask is you obviously know the history of the University of Texas and the football
Yep.
program.
Right.
Uh, so knowing that, what does it mean for you personally to be committed to play football there uh,
Hmm.
as a black quarterback?
Right. So the best thing about Texas is you're able to represent the state on your chest
Mm,
and your family on your back.
mm.
That's the biggest thing that spoke volumes to me through this recruiting process is that right there. Um, and that spoke volumes. That honestly spoke volumes to me because there's no better place you can do that. Especially being raised in Texas most of my life, and now having the opportunity to play at the university is awesome. Awesome to me.
I feel like I need to walk this out. There are folks that are raised in West Texas, they move. There are folks
Uh,
that are raised in North Texas, South Texas,
yeah,
East Texas, right? So I always want to try to get the bearings because where you go to high school is not necessarily where you were raised.
yeah,
So that's where that's coming from. And if you say Texas high school football to me, I know what it is. So
yeah.
with that, like, did you grow up as a Longhorn fan?
So actually, I did not.
Okay.
I have family friends that played at the college level, and I followed their whole recruiting and playing. My cousin Juwan Davis, he played running back at Rice University. His friends that he grew up with are now in the league now. They play at A&M. Ricky Seals Jones, Brandon Williams. Those are one of his great friends. So I was a fan of of the university that they played at um, all all through their recruiting process. So A&M and Rice. Um, but as far as watching football, the great programs that have been ran, I just love football.
Mm.
So honestly, I was just following my family and where they played at. But A&M was a big school that I watched. Growing up, especially in the state of Texas, watching those guys and watching the journey.
Yo, man, you know Brandon Williams was at Oklahoma for a minute, right?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
and
Just
he
pointed
came
out.
on to Texas,
Hey, I'm
and he
just
came
pointing it
on to
out.
Texas A&M.
He
He
look,
came on to Texas A&M.
look at you.
He knew better.
Look at
He knew
you.
better. He knew better to come home.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Nah, cause like Keith Ford did it, and then oh yeah, Trevor did it. Trevor Knight. Like that. Yeah. Oklahoma just stay giving Texas A&M goodies. I'm just saying. Nah. Like it's fun. We plan, but I asked that because sometimes it plays in your decision, right?
Right.
What were the factors that allowed you one to say like, nah, I need to go to Texas, I need to commit early, and I need to do it right now, as opposed to say later in the process. I mean, we talk about like
Mm.
Caleb Williams commits to Oklahoma, this month, right? You've been committed
Right.
for over a year. What was the
Right.
thinking there?
Right. So number one, I feel as though once you feel a school is home
Mm.
and you feel as though you can see yourself at that university, why hold out the whole recruiting process? If you feel like the school is home, I say commit. And nothing is final till you sign that paper of your letter of intent. You know, so that's the biggest thing was just if you find a school that's home, and I felt that that was the case in the University of Texas, I went ahead and commit. And yeah, I went ahead and commit.
Nah, man, I get that.
Yes, sir.
And then they're building this class around you. So
Absolutely.
like I gotta ask you, some of the dudes that ring out in your class already, guys like Billy Bowman. What are some of the guys? Who are the guys that you are like, wow, that I get to play with him, and what do you expect to be able to accomplish?
Mm-hmm. The whole recruiting class, I'm excited to play with those guys. Not any one particular. I love the whole recruiting class. Offensive guys and defensive guys. Even the punter that we had that's committed. I like that guy. He's really cool, personable. I like the whole recruiting class. I have a relationship with each of the guys. So I'm looking forward to playing with those guys. We're steadily talking, because we don't all live in the same city.
Mm.
Not even in the same state, not even in the same country, but we still have a relationship and we're still talking. So that's the greatest thing, And then especially some of us guys are early enrollees, and we'll have that relationship sooner than some guys. So we're just talking, and just getting to know each other.
Look at you being a quarterback. Talking about
Yes,
whole team.
Yeah, the whole team.
That's my man. So I asked, what do you expect to accomplish? I mean, in past, winning a Big 12 championship, winning a national championship, what do you guys actually want to do?
Go 1-0 every single week. Get 1% better each and every week. We're not looking for, the long road ahead. We're looking for going 1-0 today. And the biggest thing I've learned from my father was that the work you put in for today is not for today; it's for tomorrow. The work you put in yesterday is for today. So you're steadily getting better and looking for things to improve on. So I feel as though, as a program wise, you just worry about getting 1-0, and that will get you to your long term goals and being able to accomplish those.
Well, let's move back to high school. The first question I know a lot of people would like to know the answer to, and one I'm really interested to ask: who do you model your game after? Like when you see yourself on film, who do you see?
Honestly, I model my game in the man in the mirror. So I just want to beat the guy in the man in the mirror. Just be better than that guy. But as far as modeling my game after, I feel as though, just the guy in the mirror. You're trying to beat that guy. But I love the game that Aaron Rodgers plays, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, a couple of those guys. I love their game and I love what they do on the football field. So I love to, enhance some of the things that they possess on the football field. But I'm just trying to beat myself, the guy in the mirror, beating that guy, what he did yesterday, trying to improve and go 1-0 the next day.
Who does the guy in the mirror play Madden with?
Ravens.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. See?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to just say Ben Powers just went to Oklahoma. Mark Andrews went to Oklahoma. And just, Hollywood Brown went to Oklahoma. I'm just on, Nah, but like, okay, so that's Greg Roman's offense. And quite honestly, you're the first quarterback that I've spoken with that plays with Baltimore as a team. Do you play with that offense?
See, I'm not a bandwagon. I've always loved the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
I've always loved the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not a bandwagon.
Okay. So
yes, sir.
Knowing that, like, again, with the offense, because, I'm just trying to get inside your brain, right? So, like,
right.
Are you running their scheme or are you running a different scheme?
I'm running their scheme.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm running their scheme.
So, what's the favorite set out of that?
Honestly, I like to go spread because there's no limitation to Lamar Jackson. I like to go spread, I could run a read option. I could run a couple, pick routes, some vertical routes, and I could leave Lamar open to run out the pocket. Ain't nobody fast as Lamar on Madden.
Nah, man. Like,
no one.
like I was making this list, and I kind of made it as a half joke, right? And at the top of the list, I got Lamar Jackson as the number 1 quarterback, Patrick Mahomes number 2 quarterback. People like, yo, man, you got 1 or 2 flipped. I said, you take Mahomes, I'll take Lamar, I'll win. Nah,
Absolutely.
man. No, you do you know about Cordell Stewart? Does that mean anything to you?
Who?
Cordell Stewart.
Who's that?
Okay, all right. So Cordell Stewart went to Colorado back in the 90s and was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 90s, and they called him Slash. And the reason they called him Slash is because he could play quarterback, wide out, kick return, he could do whatever you want him to do. I mean, against Michigan, this man threw a 70-yard touchdown to Michael Westbrook in the end zone over the body of Ty Law, who's Pro Football Hall of Famer. So knowing that, right, the closest thing that I've been able to see to a dude that could play any position, any skill position he ever wanted was Lamar Jackson. And for you to want to play with that dude and that team, knowing Baltimore's your team, speaks a lot about what you're able to do. Because, like, when I watch you on film, I swear you sacked like 8 times. Like you're a dead man. Like I can say, oh, you gonna get ear holed. And then you Houdini out of this stuff, right? You know what I mean? Make a David Blaine trick out of it. So, like, what do you see when the pocket does break down? When the play does break down, what do you see?
So I look. So honestly, I look down the field. So my number 1 is pass before run. The ball can get there before my legs do. That's rule number 1 for me. Is I look down the field. My legs are the last resort always. It's pass then run. So if all of my check down not open, my hot read's not open, my number 2 read's not open. Then we look for, okay, where's the first down marker? If I can get the first down, go get it. If I can go get more, then keep going and make a move and get down the field. Because I was always taught 1 or 2 moves that should get you down the field, and then use your speed at that point.
Nah, man, it's good wisdom. Matter of fact, some more. So Gale Sayers, old school dude, Hall of Famer, great running back, one of the greatest to ever play. He told Reggie Bush one time, you should make one man miss 100% of the time, right? You should make 2 men miss 75% of the time. You should make 3 men miss 50% of the time.
Right.
And I watch you, and it's I feel sorry for some of these dudes who break down. Like, they'll break down thinking they got you. And he's like, no, nah. So with that, moving from there, right, looking at how you see the field and how you can slow it down, how do you help make your teammates better from what you see?
So that comes from preparation on the football field. That goes from practice and then film work. So certain protections, it holds, it changes, what the quarterback is looking at. So if it's an empty front, it might be different from if you have 2 backs in the backfield. So that's key because that determines how long the offensive line holds their block. If I'm sitting in the pocket too long, they might call it holding, or if I roll out the pocket, a holding can come with that. So, the offensive line needs to know, where's the quarterback doing, when is he going to release the football? If you make a great decision with the football and with your legs, that will, less penalties can come, and then you're able to move the chains. But with them knowing, trusting the quarterback and what I'm going to do with the football, I'm always looking to move the chains. When each time you come on the football field as a quarterback, you're trying to lead, try to get a touchdown every single drive. So that's number 1. You're trying to score. You're trying to do everything to put the football in the end zone, put some points on the board, and then get the defense on the field. So it comes from the preparation on the football field, trusting with the offensive line, the running back, the receivers trusting in me to get us down the football field.
Last question I have for you. Football's over. You graduated from the University of Texas. You got a business degree. What do you want to do?
I want to own my own athletic facility.
Elaborate. What do you want to be able to do with that?
Okay. So I've always played AAU basketball. And with playing AU basketball, I've seen multiple venues that have had a basketball court, a volleyball tournament there, soccer tournaments at the place, um, baseball fields. So I want to have something like that, so multiple teams can play at the athletic facility. So I wanted to have a football field, basketball court, a weight room so guys can work out, a great nutrition staff that's there for after the guys after they lift. So just a big complex that has all of those things. So it was always having people there with tournaments or trying to get some good work in. That's what I want to have.
Nah, man, that's what's up. Hey, look, I like your head. I like where it's at. Jalen, is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't talk about?
Hook 'em horns.
Hey, all right. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not even gonna be like that's a penalty. That's a flag. Can't do that. Nah, Jalen Milroe, absolute real one. Give him a follow on the Twitters. There's a link in the description below. Jalen, thanks so much, man.